It was a thoughtful provocation, patriotically timed. On October 1st, the country's national day, China flew 38 aircraft, including fighter jets and bombers, towards Taiwan. One type, the J-10, is pictured. They entered the island's Air Defense Identification Zone, or ADIZ, a buffer region where invasions often prompt military alerts. It was the year's daily record. Over the next 3 days, China sent another 111 planes. In response, Taiwan's scrambled jet broadcast warnings and hunted the Chinese aircraft with missile systems. The island's defense minister Chiu Kuo-cheng called it the toughest situation he has seen in more than 40 years of his military life. Hello everyone, welcome to World of China, a channel to explore China. In today's video, we're talking about China's recent Air Force invasion of Taiwan. What's going on and what is the USA thinking? So stay tuned and give this video a big thumbs up. The skies around Taiwan were quieter. On October 6, China flew no military planes through the ADIZ. So far, none of the flights has crossed into Taiwan's territorial airspace, which extends 12 nautical miles, about 22 kilometers from the island. The intruders typically fly 35 nautical miles or more from the Taiwanese coast, but American officials share Mr. Chiu's concern. On October 6, America's Secretary of State Antony Blinken called on China to stop its provocative activity near Taiwan. Also that day, Jake Sullivan, President Joe Biden's national security advisor, conveyed America's concern at a meeting in Switzerland with Yang Jiechi, China's most senior diplomat and a member of the ruling Politburo. China's foreign ministry, responding to the U.S. statement, said it was the United States which was provocative in harming regional peace with its arms sales to Taiwan and warships sailing regularly through the Taiwan Strait. He added that China is resolutely opposed to this and takes necessary countermeasures. Engaging in Taiwan's independence is a dead end. China will take all the steps needed and firmly smash any Taiwan independence plots. China's determination and will to defend national sovereignty and territorial integrity are unwavering. The United States should stop supporting and inflating Taiwan's separatist forces. China blamed the United States on Monday for increased tensions over Taiwan, as the island fingered Beijing as the chief culprit after reporting the largest ever incursion by China's Air Force into its air defense zone at 56 aircraft. China claimed Taiwan has complained about a year or more of repeated mission by China's Air Force near the democratically governed island, often in the southwestern part of its air defense zone close to the Taiwan-controlled Protus Island. Taiwan said it was on alert over China's over-the-top military maneuvers after Beijing flew a record 56 fighter planes towards the self-governing island on the third day of continued military intimidation. The first encounter was on Monday. 52 planes included 34 J-16 fighter jets and 12 H-6 bombers, among other aircraft, according to Taiwan's Ministry of National Defense. Following 4 more Chinese J-16s flew towards the southwestern part of Taiwan's Air Defense Identification Zone, a buffer outside the country's airspace. The Taiwanese Air Force scrambled its fighter planes and monitored the movement of the Chinese warplanes on its air defense system, the ministry said. Premier Su Tseng-chang said Taiwan needed to be on alert, and China's actions gambled regional peace and stability. He told the press Taiwan must be on alert. China is more and more over the top. The world has also seen China's repeated violations of regional peace and pressure on Taiwan. Taiwan needs to strengthen itself and come together as one. Only then, countries that want to annex Taiwan will not dare to easily resort to force. Only when we help ourselves, others can help us. Taiwan has reported 148 Chinese Air Force planes entering the southern and southwestern part of its air defense zone since China celebrated its National Day on October 1. On Monday, Foreign Minister Joseph Wu worried about the risk of conflict. We're very concerned that China is going to launch a war against Taiwan at some point, even though the threat may not be imminent at this point, Wu said in an interview with the Australian Broadcasting Corps broadcast on Monday. Taiwan President Tsai Ing-wen has made modernizing the armed forces a priority, enhancing its capacity for asymmetric warfare, which is designed to make any Chinese attack difficult and costly, for example with smart mines and portable missiles. She's also overseeing improvements to the island's air force. She made it clear that Taiwan doesn't want a military encounter. But if its democracy and way of life are threatened, Taiwan will do whatever it takes to defend itself. She said, "We sternly tell the Chinese Communists, the Republic of China and Taiwan is determined to firmly defend national sovereignty and dignity and peace across the Taiwan Strait. We have a full grasp of the communist military's movements and have made appropriate responses. We've also been actively communicating and cooperating with friendly countries to jointly contain the Chinese Communists' wicked provocations." China is unabashed. Its state media have described the stories as a demonstration of the country's ability to conduct a wartime air attack. In recent years, China has been ratcheting up displays of its growing military capability, especially at sea and in the air, as a warning to Taiwan. Its message is that if the island resists accepting China's claim to supremacy over Taiwan, China may use power. Mr. Chu, a retired general, told Taiwan's parliament on October 6 that China would be able to mount a full-scale invasion of Taiwan by 2025 at a cost that the Communist Party in Beijing may consider bearable. Taiwan's ADIZ extends over a part of China's coast, so it's not surprising that Chinese military aircraft often fly into it. But China has taken to penetrating parts of the ADIZ that are much closer to the island, skirting around the southwestern end of what is known as the median line, an informal boundary in the Taiwan Strait midway between the island and the mainland. China now conducts such flights near southern Taiwan almost every day. They could be intended to affect down Taiwan's defenses and adapt it into operating big encounters as normal to make it easier for China to disguise the early phase of an attack as an exercise. Judging China's intentions is extremely difficult. It's fond of saber rattling when it believes that Taiwan is moving too close to alleging permanent separation from China, or when America cozies up to the island. Recent encounters may relate to such developments. Earlier this year, the Biden administration secured public statements of support for Taiwan from the European Union, the G7, Japan, and South Korea. September was an especially troublesome month. Taiwan asked for entry to a Trans-Pacific Free Trade Group just after China had made the same request and American and British naval ships sailed through the Taiwan Strait. On September 15th, America, Britain, and Australia agreed to a security partnership that is viewed in Beijing as an agreement aimed at keeping China in check. In the days that followed, China ramped up its flights into Taiwan's ADIZ. Since 1958, there has been no such casualty, but accidents have happened nearby. In 2001, a mid-air collision off the coast of southern China between a Chinese fighter and an American naval spy plane killed the Chinese pilot. The crippled American plane landed at a Chinese military airbase. 10 days of tension followed before the crew was allowed to leave. 20 years later, such an encounter may be far harder to resolve. Relations between America and China are considerably worse. China suspended official contacts with Taiwan after Ms. Tsai became president in 2016, and she failed to uphold the view of leaders in Beijing that there is only one China. The Mainland Affairs Council, or MAC, Taiwan's top China policy-making body, accused Beijing of seriously damaging the status quo of peace and stability in the Taiwan Strait with its recent larger invasions. MAC spokesman Chu Chang said in a statement, "China is the culprit for causing tensions between the two sides of the Taiwan Strait, and it has further threatened regional security and order." He added, saying Taiwan will never compromise and yield to threats. China claims democratically ruled Taiwan as its territory and has not ruled out the use of force to bring the island under its control. It has increasingly sought to isolate Tsai's administration since she was first elected in 2016. China has stepped up military and political pressure to try to force Taiwan to accept Chinese rule. Taiwan says it's an independent country and will defend its freedom and democracy. Taiwan has termed China's activities as gray zone warfare, designed to wear down Taiwanese forces and test their abilities. A Taiwan-based source familiar with security matters in the region told Reuters earlier on Monday the Chinese planes were possibly conducting simulated attacks on U.S. carrier fleets, drills the source said that China has repeatedly carried out near Taiwan in the past few months. The U.S. Department of Defense said China's increasing military activities near Taiwan were destabilized and increased the risk of miscalculation. Our commitment to Taiwan is rock solid and contributes to the maintenance of peace and stability across the Taiwan Strait and within that region. The Taiwan-based source said Monday's flights by the Chinese aircraft were aimed at conducting simulated attacks on that fleet. Okinawa is home to a major U.S. military base and lies just to the northeast of Taiwan. Following Tuesday, Taiwan Islands Air Force conducted a series of exercises, including showcasing a new missile and threatening to attack the Chinese mainland, with mainland experts saying on Wednesday the display of the weapon wrongly boosted the courage of secessionists and risked accidents amid ongoing exercises by the People's Liberation Army or PLA near the island. They also said the missile would not even be used if a war breaks out. So, is a crisis occurring in Taiwan skies? According to specialists, if China's planes edge closer to airspace over the island itself, it's unclear how Taiwan would respond. Taiwan's president has said that Taiwanese pilots should not be the ones to shoot first, at least not without explicit orders. Some analysts wonder whether a Taiwanese fighter would be authorized to fire anything more than a warning shot, even if a Chinese plane were to fly over Taiwanese land. Taiwanese press reports say that Taiwan may have divided its airspace into 3 zones of engagement: a surveillance zone of 30 nautical miles, a warning zone of 24 nautical miles, and a destruction zone of 12 nautical miles. Ms. Lin and Mr. Sachs say that if any engagement were to lead to the death of a pilot, even accidentally, both sides would be ill-equipped to keep tensions under control. Well, that's all for today. Thanks for watching the video. If you like this video, then give this video a big thumbs up and share it. For more exciting videos, subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon. I'll be back with another exciting video soon. Till then, check out our channel for more exciting videos and stay tuned.